The game starts when there's at least 4 people in the lobby.
There are 2 teams, blue and red, and each team has 3 flags, 2 on the side and 1 in their main base.
No matter what you're doing in the server, you're always going to be getting coins. Now, coins don't do anything right now, but it will have a use later on.
As you play, the leaderboards track your stats so you can compare yourself to other players.
If you don't want to be put in the game, you can double shift to unready.
There are 3 shops in each team's base. The items shop sells items to help you fight, the mobs shop sells mobs that you can place down, and the upgrade shop sells various upgrades and abilities. There are 2 currencies in the game. Iron, which you get from your main generator, and amethyst, which comes from the middle. Amethyst is used to buy better items.
Each base has an iron gen. It spawns 1 iron every second, and if multiple people are in the same gen, everyone gets the same amount. There are 2 amethyst generators at the middle platform, and the amount of amethyst scales with time. 1 every 20 seconds at the start of the game. After 5 minutes of the game, it changes 1 amethyst every 15 seconds, and 1 every 10 seconds after 10 minutes.
The game has many mechanisms in place to make it more fair. When your team is 1 player down, you get a floating skeleton called Bosco. And when your team is 2 players down, 1 member from the opposing team gets moved to your team.
You have speed 1 when you're on your side of the map, and slowness when you pick up a flag. Jeffrey is a buff Ravager who sits at the middle platform guarding all the amethysts. Most players have a really difficult time dealing with Jeffrey and get easily frustrated with it. Here are some general tips that would make it easier to get past Jeffrey. First off, don't jump up the stairs when getting to the platform. Second, you want to go around him. After doing that, you should be able to get both amethyst generators pretty easily.
When your team is down 1 player, you get a floating skeleton called Bosco. If you want to be in control of Bosco but your teammate has him, run into Bosco and he will start following you. If you are holding Bosco, you can click shift twice and he will be placed down where you're looking. Simply run into him to pick him back up.
Your team cannot have more than 12 mobs placed at a time.
The game has a 20-minute time limit. If, when the 20 minutes end, one team has more flags than the other, they will immediately win. If both teams have the same amount of flags, it will go to a 5-minute overtime. The next team to get a flag during that overtime will win. If no flags are captured during the overtime, it will go to deathmatch. When deathmatch starts, the border will slowly shrink and you do not need to capture flags anymore. Players during deathmatch will no longer respawn, and the goal is just to kill everyone on the enemy team. The iron generator in your base begins to slowly spawn amethyst over time. In the first 5 minutes, no amethyst spawns, but in the second 5 minutes of the game, an amethyst will spawn every 60 seconds. In the third 5 minutes of the game, an amethyst will spawn every 30 seconds. In the fourth, it will spawn every 15, and during overtime, amethyst will spawn every 10 seconds in your main iron generator.
Zombies are the most basic mob of the game. They cost 12 iron and are good for placing large amounts of them. They have a slight speed buff over regular vanilla zombies. Skeletons are the go-to mob. They cost 8 iron and they are good for shooting from far away and keeping people off flags. Creepers are very unreliable. They cost the same as a zombie, 12 iron, and I wouldn't recommend using them if you're a new player. They have a very high skill ceiling, but if you are skilled, you can actually do really cool things with them. Bombs are pretty much like creepers, but they begin exploding when placed. They cost 10 iron and 1 amethyst. They have a weaker explosion than creepers. Blazes are the F tier mob. They are not good at all. They cost 4 amethysts, which is the only good thing about them because they're cheap. Wither skeletons are basically better zombies. They deal much more damage than zombies and they give the wither effect. They cost 12 amethyst. Ravagers are generally used for keeping players out of an area or off a flag. It's best to place them at your main base or at the enemy's base. They cost 24 amethyst. These last 2 mobs are the most unique in the game. First off, the Iron Golem. They only kill enemy mobs and will not target the enemy player unless provoked. They can be healed using iron ingots. They cost 20 amethyst and 64 iron. The other unique mob is the dog. It will imprint on the first player it sees and follow them around. It will attack anything that attacks a player, and the dog has resistance 4 and speed 2. It costs 32 amethyst.
All upgrades are used once you purchase them and place them in your offhand. The first upgrade is the Disable Ravager key. This upgrade disables Jeffrey, the middle Ravager, for 1 minute. It costs 48 iron. I would not recommend purchasing the Disable Ravager key, but if you're really struggling to get amethyst, you can buy it. The next upgrade is the Smite enchantment. Once you buy it and place it in your offhand, It will give your whole team more damage against undead mobs, which is what Smite does, which are skeletons, zombies, and were skeletons, for the rest of the game. It costs 12 amethyst and 32 iron. The next one is the Sweeping Edge enchantment. It works the same way as the Smite, where it gives your whole team the enchantment for the rest of the game. Sweeping Edge allows you to hit more enemies with each sword swing. This item costs 24 amethyst and 64 iron. Then we have the Iron Team upgrade. This costs 12 amethyst and 48 iron. The Iron Team upgrade reworks your iron generator to generate half as much in the generator itself, so 1 every 2 seconds, but every 2 seconds it will also give everyone on your team 1 iron added to your ender chest. Next is the Force Field Shield, which makes you immune to arrows and gives you 8 extra absorption hearts for 45 seconds. This costs 16 amethyst and 32 iron. It can also be used as a regular shield in your main hand before you use it. Then we have the Anti-Knockback upgrade, which makes you immune to getting knocked back by hits for 15 seconds. After the 15 seconds, it slowly begins to wear off until it stops working completely. This costs 20 amethyst. Finally, we have the Genocide button, which kills all enemy mobs and yourself when used. It costs 12 amethyst and 64 iron. Mob Siege has its own Discord server where we post announcements, the patch notes, and discuss the game.
We also have a Reddit if you want to look at very bad memes.
Mob Siege has been uploaded onto a server listing website, which we will link in the description if you want to go vote for us there. And we've been trying to get a regular Mob Siege update out every single week. For example, the one that's coming out this weekend is 1.39. We also have minor updates in between the weekly updates if we need to fix any bugs. We also have a major update coming out in 1.4, which we're talking about now.
In the major update 1.4, which is coming out in 2 to 3 weeks, we will finally add a use case for coins, cosmetics. You'll be able to buy many cool cosmetics. Cosmetics will not affect gameplay, but it will make you look amazing.
Alright, well, you made it through. We're very proud of you, right?
You should be better than all the randoms now.
Yeah, so we hope to see you there. I mean, we're probably going to be there mostly on the weekends, so just a fair warning.
Yeah.
Alright. That's it.